I told a friend about my plan to visit Epe today, and she insisted that I go with security officers, because of the whole kidnappings and all happening all over the country. Which I get the concern, but unfortunately, I couldn't get any security officers. I made some calls yesterday, but none was available. So it's going to be me and my guy. I'm going to pick him at the estate gate, so it's just going to be the both of us going to Epe alone. But really though, I don't think there's a need for security going to Epe. Like, I go to Epe every now and then, and I've never for once used any security personnel, and also the idea of security following you around. Imagine you see me in a video with 3-4 police officers. You're going to think Kenny is a billionaire, real estate mogul. This guy's chopping Lagos money. I don't want all that extra packaging. I don't think it's necessary, So it's going to be me and my guy. And the plan is to show us some infrastructure development going on in Epe. The infrastructure development being done by the state government and roads and all that. And also to tell us some harsh realities about Epe. There's been a lot of talk on land acquisitions and all going on in Epe. I'm going to let us in on some of those harsh realities. And we're also going to do a quick stop at one of our projects in the Ogun State part of Epe there. So guys, it's going to be an amazing day. Guys, we just got to K2 Epe roundabout now, and this is where the food and logistical project is. This project behind you here, let me let you see it clearly. This project, this is the food and logistical project. You see, it's not a project the government is not working on at all. So there's also Film and Media City here, but it's at the other side of the road at Ejiri, right? So if you see this road as well, it's also being constructed. So this road now, this K2 Epe road that you're seeing now, it is being constructed by Dangote right from the Ogun State part there down to K2 Epe. So if you drive forward, we're going to drive further now, you're going to see how well the roads are constructed. So another good thing about this place is that the airport is not necessarily in K2 Epe, right? But there's one thing about that airport. According to the master plan, there's going to be like a bridge from the airport connecting directly to K2 Epe and connecting to this road that Dangote is already fixing. So this road now leads directly to Ogun State, right? And Dangote is fixing everything. And it's because his trucks are going to be flying this route very well. Do you understand? So investing here in Epe, although there's a lot of talks now about this guy is making this guy is very well logical. So there's a lot of talk around Epe now about how people need to be careful when buying land in Epe, and it's actually truth. There's all of this development happening in Epe. It's also attracting government to try and be more careful about Epe, and that's because if you use places like Lekki as an example. If you see Lekki Phase 1, Lekki Phase 1 is well planned. But if you look at Lekki Phase 2, all of those Abamadesonya axes, after Lekki Phase 1, you see they are not, things are not well put together. It was a case of development moved faster than government plan for those locations. That's why you see there are cases of flood and all that anytime it rains, right? But in the case of Epe now and Ibejuleki, but today we're talking of Epe, the reason all of this, NTDA, Epe Mixed Developmental Scheme project is coming to Epe, and they're having to acquire a lot of land. the idea of that Epe Mixed Developmental Scheme is to ensure, urbanizational development is going hand in hand with government's plan for this kind of location. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that Epe Mixed Developmental Scheme is not as if the government is just chasing every landowner away from their land. So the thing now is, if you own a land, like estate developers who own lands in this part of Epe, what you have to do is make sure your property is part of the scheme. And what you have to do is get an allocation from the government. So ensure that everything you're doing is in tandem, is aligning with the government plan according to the Epe Mixed Developmental Scheme. So we all need to just learn to start doing the right thing. It's not as if your land is gone. We just need to, every developer, every landowner, you need to go and get the right documentation. Instead of the direct CFO before, everybody needs to now get allocation from NTD, which is also going to be CFO. After getting the allocation, you're also going to get CFO, right? So I think the idea is government trying to, make people do things right, but then it's coming at a cost, right? Which is the extra cost of allocation. It's not going to be cheap, right? So that's the way I see the whole thing, because this over the weeks now, more like months now, there's been several talks on social media, and everybody's scared about this whole land allocation in Epe. But I'm assuring you that if you bought from a credible developer, nothing is going to happen to your land. Nothing is going to happen to your land. It's just a case of the developer perfecting the title of that property, and everybody's okay. So it's not as if government is just going to come and take everybody's land. The people that their fences are being demolished, the fence permit is different from land acquisition. If you don't have a fence permit, they're going to come, they're going to serve warnings even before the demolitions, right? So all of these things, there's no need for investors to be scared. The Lagos State government it's not as if they're just wicked. It's just about everybody doing the right thing. So from here now, we're going to drive further. You're going to see, this road. If you see, this part of the road is not well put together. But like I said, Dangote started the construction from the Ogun State part. So if you drive further now, when we get to the boundary, we'll do another stop. I'll show you guys where the boundary between Lagos and Ogun State is here. This is the K2 Omu Road. This is the K2 Omu Road, right? So I'm going to show you guys where the boundary is, and you see the road, you see the quality of road that Dangote is doing there, and several other developments springing up in that location. So guys, let's take the journey forward. We just drove past the Lagos State and Ogun State boundary here. So where we are currently is Ogun State, right? And you can see the road that I said Dangote is constructing from Ogun State to K2 Epe. But that road, this is the same road. Now you see the state of the road from this part. You see, it's been constructed to a reasonable level here, and this is the same thing that will be done all the way down to K2 Epe roundabout. So you can see that it's all of the infrastructures that have been done in K2 Epe, the food and logistic hub, the film and media city, even the airport, they are all going to benefit all of this location because it's the same road connecting everything, right? So people that have properties here, I tell you for a fact, they are lucky. So people that have properties here, the kind of investment they have is what they should be proud of. Oh boy, is what they should be proud of. So if you look here, you see this is an estate here. I've forgotten the name of this estate. I know it's owned by one company, Rep 360. Yeah, this is one of Rep 360 properties. But I can't really remember the name of the project. But there are several other projects here. As we go along the way, I'm going to show you other projects as well. So this will tell you these locations are where smart investors are putting their money, especially these Ogun State parts. If you can't afford the expensive, because now by virtue of that Epe Mixed Developmental Scheme, right, coming, which is going to, affect a lot of land ownership in Epe. Now land is going to be expensive in Epe because of that because of that unique developmental scheme. Land is going to be expensive in Epe. So if you can't really afford the expensive land in Epe, because with that Epe mixed developmental scheme, and in order for developers to sort out the, get the necessary papers, they have to, apply for NTDA for their NTDA allocation document and get their CFO. So in order to do that, land in Epe are automatically more expensive than they used to be. So if you can't afford those Epe expensive land, you can buy land here. This is Ogun State, but all of those infrastructures in Epe are going to benefit these locations too. And this is a location where there are existing infrastructures as well. There are schools here, churches, mosques, everything, and people are living all about, right? So, and there's one of my August projects, one of my boss, Dr. Olodu. This project is somewhere around here. I've forgotten the name again. I think it's Alabama Residence or so, but I didn't plan to visit this project today. The plan is to visit our own project, our own paradise at the other side of the road. So let's continue to the journey while I show you other amazing infrastructures along the way. Where we are now is actually called, what's the name itself? It's called Imodi-Ijasin. So this road leads to Ijebu-Ode. This one like this leads back to Epe. This is the road. Dangote, if you look at it very well, there is a, you see that Dangote, you can see a Dangote signage over there. That's concrete signage showing Dangote. So this Dangote is constructing that road all the way from to Epe down here, and the plan is to continue the construction all the way to Ijebu-Ode. So this road is an existing road already. So this one leads to Itoki, back to Ikorodu. This one leads to Ijebu-Ode. This one leads back into Epe. And like I said, Dangote is constructing the road all the way from to Epe to this part of Ogun State. So this location we have now, it's an already existing residential location, right? As you can see, there's electricity everywhere. There's electricity. You can see the poles. There are houses. There are schools, churches, right? Clinics, everything. Name it. Filling stations, everything, right? So, and this road is the road that leads to where our own project is. The project we actually want to go and see right now. It's also on this road. It's just by the roadside. So you can see how amazing the location is, and the reason why people have properties here. It's more like you're investing in Epe, because this is technically this is also Epe, but by the the land demarcation, this is Ogun State. But like I said, all of the infrastructures, the food and logistic hub, the airports, everything happening in Epe is definitely going to affect these locations too, because once there is access road in the location, development moves really fast, and Dangote is making that a reality for people in this location by fixing that road. Now we will drive straight to the site now, but as we drive along the way, I'm going to show you guys why this place is a reasonable place to invest. And you see a lot of projects here too, a lot of estate already taking possession of their property there, and people already locking in their own units. So let's go, guys. Let's see what the site looks like. All right, so here we are. This is the location we're coming to, where our property is. This road now the same road I showed you with what's the name called again? Idowa Road. This is the same road leading here, and here all the way down leads to Itokin, and also connect to Ikorodu, and also connects back into Epe. Like from here now, from this road down to that Idowa roundabout, there are several shortcuts one can use from here back into Epe. So you can see the property is a property by the roadside, although we left several meters, you know, from the road. This is another property here for another company. So this is where our own location is. Here is where the property is. So this is the property. This is the property. You can see it's a completely dry land. It's a completely dry land, and the property is right in the middle of two other properties. You see, this property is owned by a Chinese company. They already fenced their land. They've erected their structure itself. It's owned by a Chinese company, and there's another one by the right here. It's owned by another company. I think that one is a Nigerian company. They've not done anything on their land, but they've also taken possession. So ours is just right in the middle. It's just right in the middle. Let's see how far into the site we can go, so we can have an idea. But as I said, you can see it's a completely dry land. More fancy. So, like I said, all of this is the property. So this is a boundary with the other company I said. They've erected their own fences. So all of this part is our own property. All the way down. All the way down is our own property. Guys, that's what our property looks like around here. Like I said, this is the property. It's just by the roadside. And if you're looking to get something in a very good location, that is closer to the road, that is closer to existing infrastructures, this is where you want to invest your money. And we have just limited plots, actually only just 10 plots that we're giving out at a discount just for the festive season.